Hello guys, hi, my name is Thelma, and if you're new here, you're very welcome. Today's title suggests this is just a get ready with me. I'm following Uche Natori's foundation routine. Yes, I'm going to try my very best. And I'm also going to do like a chit chat, just talk about some things that are on my mind. Just basically talking to myself, which I do normally, but now I'm going to do it with the camera on. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you come back for more videos like this. Skincare videos, lifestyle videos, and makeup videos. I love makeup. I'm trying to find my makeup style. Like a lot of times when I do my makeup, I either don't like how it turns out, or it just makes me look, it doesn't make me look better, and I feel makeup is supposed to make you look better. So I'm just trying to figure out like my makeup style, what I like, how I like my face to look when I'm made up. So I want to, like, this is like a practice, so that on days I actually need to make up and look fine, a lot of times I finish my makeup and I clean it off and I go barefaced. Is that bad? Which on its own is a testimony, because a few years ago, my bare face made me sad, but now skin is skinning, because skincare is not a scam. Skincare actually works, guys, and thanks to the sun, the weather in Canada has been great. So thanks to the sun, my natural filter, my skin is looking great, but I also want to look beautiful and feel beautiful in makeup. On TikTok a while back, there was this high vision, low vision talk about makeup. I think I have like a low vision face, which means that especially when I make up myself, I prefer like when I do minimal makeup. But when Nigerian makeup artists make me up and they do like a full beat Owambe makeup, it actually looks good. So I'm wondering why I can't do like a full glam makeup on myself and like how it turns out. I always feel like it ages me. It just makes me look too much caked up. I really don't like it. So I'm trying to figure out my makeup style, and I'm of course going to document it, because what is the internet for? Which is talking in the back. So let's get the hair out of the way. I've done my skin prep already. It's super glowy and super moisturized, and yes, let's get into the tutorial. She's doing her eyebrows first, so I'm going to also do my eyebrows first, although lately I've been doing my eyebrows after the base, but we are going to follow this tutorial to the T. And please ignore the lighting quality, because the sun keeps going up and it keeps coming down, and I just don't have time to be bothered about little things like that. Just stay like this. But it's up again. Just stood up and walked around my apartment. I knew I needed to take something, but I had no idea. Like, my brain just stopped working. Okay, I think I remember what I want to take now. My mirror. I have like a lot of eyebrows. Let me zoom this in a bit for this brow. Yes, I don't have a lot of eyebrow. So, and she's obviously using products I don't have, but I'm going to improvise. So she uses a brow freeze. I'm going to use my control to just lay and brush my brows out, just to give it that laminated look, although my brows hardly ever give that. So just with this is that sometimes it peels, so let's just hope for the best. I really hope that this makeup turns out well. Like, I'm just really hopeful, because I also want to film another YouTube video. I did like a question time on Instagram, and I want to answer those questions. A lot of things that have been on my mind. There's always something on my mind. There's always something ruminating over. I think that's so for everybody, like random things, not like real life issues, because we all have real life issues, but not those ones. Those ones, I try to put real life issues out of my mind, if we are being totally honest. and just focus on mundane things. That's how I stay safe. The other day, I have an existential crisis. I was telling my friends the other day, like, and it's getting so bad because I've just gotten to the point, like, what is the point of all of these things that we are doing? It's almost as if we are. Now I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to wash my beauty blenders, so I'm going to go and wash it. I'll be back. My brain is not working. Combed up my brows, like it's laid to the best of its ability. For this my eyebrows, I'm going to use like the Jackie Aino technique. I find that doing that just makes my eyebrow, it controls how it looks. It's not so big, because big eyebrows does not suit my face, because I do not naturally have big eyebrows. My natural eyebrows are actually very droopy. I have a droopy face. I actually talk about things that have been on my mind. Number one, I saw a tweet the other day that says that we are now the aunties and uncles, and it's true. I have nieces and nephews and little cousins now. Like, I'm the adult now. Fortunately for me or for them, I have young people looking up to me now, whether I like it or not. Like, you don't have a choice. You are old. I'm in my 30s. Of course, my 6-year-old, 5-year-old niece is going to look up to me because I'm the adult. I look like I have my shit figured out. I'm doing makeup. I'm looking pretty. They're looking up to me, and it's totally fine. It is a very nice place to be in. Most of the time, sometimes it's like, oh, more. I actually don't know what I'm doing, but to them it doesn't matter, because looking back now, I don't think we imagined that as kids. We didn't imagine that, oh, our parents that were in their 30s then, our parents or our aunties in their 20s and 30s or late teens, we didn't imagine that they didn't have things figured out. We just assumed, rightfully so, because who else are we going to look up to? So there are responsibilities that I feel like as the aunties and uncles we need to seriously take up. Whether you like it or not, you are there. Whether you have like biological nieces or nephews, you ask the egbon and now, oops, need to do better than the people coming before us did. But it's now, there were a lot of things that the adults back then, there were a lot of things that they were just onto that just did not make any sense. There was this popular belief that when a girl hits puberty early and is developing very fast, is equals to the girl has started having sex. Oh God. Like, the girl has started doing is loose. The girl has started doing rubbish. That is why the girl's boobs are big and the girl is curvy. Which thinking about it now, it is the most absurd thing I've ever heard. But that was what the adults back then, that was what they held on, and they held on to that belief for so long that we as kids even started believing it. I remember that in Akure, Ondo State, and I saw a lot of that. Unconsciously started becoming how we thought as well, because I went to a boarding school and come back from maybe a long vacation, especially from GSS3 to SS1. I think that was when the growth sprout really happened, and you see some people, puberty really like the work on them, meaning that they went on vacation with flat chest and they are coming back with developed and it was the most insane thing, because now everybody thinks that, or everybody is thinking, or people are even saying that, oh, this girl went on vacation and became loose, that's why she looks the way she looks, which is absurd. So we need to dead that narrative immediately with immediate effect. My brows, this is what they look like. I think this place needs a bit, the bottom needs a bit more definition, but I don't think it's bad, is it? Primer, this is my only primer. She's going in with some other primer. I'm going to use this one. I really like this one actually. This e.l.f. primer is very affordable and it do be gripping. Like it really grips your makeup. Yeah, so dead that narrative. I am actually begging in the name of God. Let's not be those aunties and uncles that perverse the development of children. It is disgusting. It should not even, just let it die a natural death. She used the Path McGrath, which I really want to buy. The bronzer, I don't even know what it is, but I don't have it, so I'm just need to go. Yeah, NARS Radiant Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. This is by far like the best foundation I've used, and I'm going in with this much. Just Uche always says, don't be afraid to apply makeup on your face. Like, your makeup won't look banging if you are doing dot. So I like to go in with a beauty blender to just blend it in. So blend. This is what separates the professional from the amateurs like me. It is the blending process. Like, you have to be extremely careful in your blending and your placement. I think that's enough blending. No, I don't blend. I've blended to my satisfaction. Concealer placement is where it's at. I'm using the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. This is also one of the best concealers I've ever used. And she just put it here. Then she's going in with a very, ooh, it's raining. That is such an unexpected thing. Like, it's raining right now. She went in with a very light one. This is like my lightest concealer, and she just put it here. Highlight is marinating. She's contouring, and I'm using this Debbie Luster concealer. Oh, the concealer was an unexpected, like, I was very surprised by it, to be honest. It's very creamy. It blends so easily. So yeah, those are the places she placed the contour. It rained for like 3 seconds. Wow. Just blending. Now the sun is out. Another thing I want to talk about is, as a child, I didn't grow up in a house where like words of affirmation was like a thing. It wasn't really a thing. Like, my parents are not very talkative or very expressive when it comes to like affirming their kids. But of course, there were a million other ways where they showed that they loved and cared for us. But now as an adult, I'm understanding how very important it is to affirm the children around you. Tell them they are beautiful. Tell them they are smart. Like, it's just good to affirm people you love, people that are around you. It does a lot of good. I didn't even know that was missing as a child, but now as an adult, in retrospect, maybe that's why I don't really rate words of affirmation, because I'm like, I didn't really get that as a way to show love. But now that I'm getting it as an adult, it's actually very important to be affirmed by people that love you. it is so important, because I feel like it helps you know your worth. It helps you see your worth through other people's eyes. I mean, there are some people that are naturally confident. Naturally, they believe that they are the best thing since sliced bread. Naturally, they don't even need anybody to tell them that. And there's some other people that need to be reminded once in a while of their worth, especially from people that love them. And I think that this is important, because as an adult, people that claim to love you are going to might say horrible things to you, and you will believe it because you think that people I don't know how to put it, but for me, I don't think you can love me or you can claim to love me and say horrible things to me. Two things, it just does not, my mind cannot comprehend it. I remember when I was dating somebody, by the way, I don't have any ex. Anybody that says I'm their ex is clearly a liar, because I married my first boyfriend, obviously. I remember when I was dating somebody and he would run hot and cold and say hurtful things to me. I had this strong belief, I don't even know where it came from, that you can't use one mouth to tell me you love me and another mouth to tell me that, oh, you don't mean anything to me. I don't even understand what I'm doing with yourself. Like, those are the kind of things that guy was saying to me. And I just locked up, like, so I feel like it is important for kids to know that there's love at home. Even though my parents didn't affirm me verbally, which is very important, I think we should do. I still knew, because of various other ways, that there was love at home, and I couldn't just stand nonsense. Like, I was a strict babe. I'm not going to lie, I was a very strict babe. I just had things that I would not just even stand it. I'll just move, I'll just lock up and keep it moving. Like, it was never that deep for me. So I feel like affirming your kids, your friends, your loved ones is very important to how they would receive love in their romantic relationship. Because whether we like it or not, romantic relationships are so important, but they also like make or mar you as a person. Like, whoever you end up with is so important in the grand scheme of things, whether we like it or not, that these little things should be ingrained in every child, so that they are not looking for validation from people that don't actually care about them for real. Because it's not everybody that says I love you that actually loves you in the real sense of it. Because that's the only way somebody will be saying I love you and tell you that you're stupid, or that you are worthless, or that you're not worthy the next minute. Like, no, it just cannot work. So yes, words of affirmation, I've been trying my best, even though me myself, I'm not, because I didn't grow up in a words of affirmation household. I really do not know how to, like, words of affirming people doesn't come easy to me, but it's something I've had to learn, especially because I married somebody whose primary love language is words of affirmation. So it's something that I've struggled with, but I'm getting better, I would believe, in just affirming and affirming people I love and beyond romantic relationship. So it's something that I've just noted in my head to do to the kids around me. Tell them their worth. Don't let them ever forget how worthy they are just by simply existing. Not because they are beautiful, not because they are smart, because what about the people that are not beautiful? Because there are people that are not beautiful by the beauty standards. There are the people that are not smart by the school standards. There are people that Everybody is just worthy and deserving of love, and everybody should know that once you are a human being, you deserve love. I mean, that is why God came. That's why Jesus Christ came, to die for everybody. He didn't die for just the beautiful ones. He didn't die for just the rich ones. He died for everybody, and I feel like everybody deserves love. You know you love them. They probably know that you love them because of other things that you do, but affirm them. Tell them that you love them. Talking of beautiful, one thing I want us, the new aunties and uncles, to not do is body shaming, commenting on people's flaws. Something I suffered as a child. In fact, I addressed it with my mom recently. When I was 14, that's how they went to register me in gym. I was too fat. Looking back, I wasn't even that fat. It scarred me. I say it as a joke, but it's actually not a joke. Like my mom, I remember vividly, my mom took me to the gym inside Futa when I was 14. Trauma. Still caution my mom because she still just does it, commenting on people, calling people fat, commenting on people's bodies as if like, just stop it. It is so wrong, and that is just such a Nigerian thing. You see somebody that you've not seen, and the way you want to greet the person is you really put on. No, you better watch it before you become too fat. What the hell now? Like, why are we like that? I remember when I was in secondary school, one senior, I'm sure the person doesn't remember, which is why like words are so important. The person just called me and said, randomly. I think I was in front of my locker, and maybe they were already having like a discussion about the entire issue, and just called me and said, no, she's not that fine, her beauty is Yoruba beauty. Was I in like a contest that I did not know about, that I'm the finest girl in the universe? I thought about it for days because I did not understand. What do you mean by Yoruba beauty? What does that even mean? Wonder shall never cease. I held it for so long that I'm not actually like conventionally beautiful, that my own beauty is Yoruba beauty. It's okay. So what you say to people, it is so important. Most of us are now immigrants in different countries where the standard of beauty is very, very different. I feel like our black and brown skin children need a lot more affirming, because they are in a world where they are not considered as beauty, as the standard of beauty. It's different when you grow up in Nigeria. Everybody looks like you, although within that there's still like, there's still like beauty standards, but it's not as bad as when everybody around you looks nothing like you. So that is something that's very heavy in my heart, that, oh my God, how are we going to build these children up, that their self-confidence should be next level? It really bothers me. Those are the things that actually keep me up at night. Because I just know that growing up as a little girl that does not have like the conventional style of beauty, whether we like it or not, there is a way that the media are sold to us over time of what a beautiful woman looks like, or a beautiful person, not even a woman, a beautiful person. And how many percentage of people actually look that way? I think that we owe it to be the to be the words of the fairy godmother voice in those little girls' heads, telling them how amazing they are, how beautiful they are, how beautiful their skin is, how beautiful their hair is, how beautiful their eyes are, how beautiful their lips are. Everything, affirm every single thing. Mothers, you guys have a lot of work to do, which is why I believe that being a parent is not the easiest job on earth, and it takes like a certain level of grace to raise well-rounded kids. It just does. Because looking at it now, parents are actually also trying to figure out shit, and then they're supposed to build up another human being in a wholesome way. It's not easy, because have they even finished building up themselves? That's the question. These are the thoughts that keep me up at night. That, oh God, hey God, oh, I hope Zara knows that she's the most beautiful girl in the world. I hope Zara knows that she can do hard things. I hope Zara knows that there's love at home. Zara is my niece, by the way. I hope Farida knows that she can be the smartest in the class. Growing up, another thing was, we used to do debates that boys are better than girls, or did I dream it? It's as if we used to live in a very weird world. So far, so good. How is the makeup looking? I don't even know. I don't even think I followed this girl like that. This is my own makeup where I'm just really vibing at this point, because there's just too much talk. These are some of the thoughts that keep me up at night. Like, really want to be a better person. I want to be the adult that I wish I had around me growing up. I want to be a lot more grace, because I guess that they did a very good job, if I'm being totally honest. I have like a lot of self-confidence, confidence in my ability, and just I have a reasonably good moral compass because of how I was raised. I have like crazy self-confidence about my ability to do things because of how I was raised. Another thing I remember, oh my God, was my dad and my mom had just me and my aunt and my sister. And a lot of times growing up, normal now, you go to school, you go to a new, how are you? So how many brother and sister do you have? And I'll say, I have just a sister. The next response is, hey, yeah, how is your daddy? As if no, that's like, I used to find this so weird. That hope nothing, hope everything is actually okay with you people. And thanks to my dad, he used to always say it, maybe just like to affirm us in a way. He used to always say that he prayed for 2 girls, that he actually wanted girl children. And now that I look at it, because if ever I decide to have kids, I would want a girl child as well. I just love girls. So my dad really wanted female children, and he told us countless times that, oh yes, God answered his prayers. There are 2 prayers that he used to tell us that God answered. Number 1, that he wanted girl children. Number 2, he didn't want my mom to become fat. Bro, like my dad, that's just his spec. He does not like plus size women. Unfortunately for him, he gave birth to his petite, gorgeous, his petite, gorgeous wife gave him, you know what, plus size children or mid-sized children. I remember, I don't know if it's just me, but I've been having a lot of random childhood memories, like a lot of, like a surge, even from when I was like a toddler. And I remember when I was, as a teenager, there's just a time that you have like a growth sprout. So I just grew taller. My dad was like, I'm now too tall, oh. That who will marry me? In my mind, I'm like, you do know that I have zero control about how tall or how short I am, right? So yeah, my dad definitely liked petite women, and it was very easy to see that that's what he likes. That was his preference. Don't comment on children, especially children that are not your own. Don't comment on their bodies. 2, teenagers develop in different kinds of ways, some faster than the other. Please do not comment on children's bodies. It is irritating, it is perverted. Just stop it. Like, stop it. Because that 14-year-old has big boobs, it has nothing to do with her, and you cannot make her feel bad about the body God has given her. She has zero control over it. Like, just stop it. Stop making children, stop making young adults feel uncomfortable in their own skin, especially when they don't have control over it. Like, just stop it. Affirm your children. Tell them you love them. Tell them they are beautiful. Tell them all the things you wanted to hear as a child. Tell your children. Maybe don't comment on people's skin. Why is your pimple? Please stop. This is something I suffered too as a child. Please stop it. Like, before, I think one thing you should know is that I know my flaws better than anybody, or what you think are flaws. I know it's better than anybody. So you pointing it out, what is this exactly supposed to do? What purpose is it supposed to achieve? Answer. If it's nothing, shut up. That's the goal, right? To give our kids a better life than we had. And it's not just about financial and exposure. It's about little things like that. Don't let this generation, don't let them have the same trauma that we have. Don't let's pass down traumas onto the next generation. It's just almost done. I don't think it looks bad. What do you guys think? Now, me following Uche's tutorial, I don't think I actually did. But I like my eyes. I've given up on fixing eyelashes. It's very difficult for me to find lashes that suit my face, that doesn't look like I'm about to fly away. But I think I'm going to try like those 1-1 lashes when I have the time. But right now I'm just using mascara. I have very sparse eyelashes, so the mascara can do so much. So this looks like a, let me do my lips and I'll be right back. By the way, isn't this funny how we went from black liner being Raz, and because this was in like the 90s, I guess, then in the 2000s it just became Raz, and now it's back. Media controls everything in the world. I am very convinced that the media is the most powerful thing in the world, and whoever controls the narrative that goes out in the media can control the world. This is the end of this video. And in this video I spoke about things that are on my mind, random things on my mind. I followed Uche Natori's tutorial, foundation tutorial, to come up with this beautiful makeup look. I think this makeup look is just like your average makeup. It can go anywhere, to be honest. It can go to the office, it can go for a date, it can go anywhere. It's just like your basic black girl makeup. Hopefully I explore more with colors
and style next in my next makeup video. But I really like how this looks. I like how I look. I don't think it ages me at all. I think it's very age appropriate, and yes, I really love it. If you have any comments, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any comments about any of the things I said in the video or about makeup, let me know in the comment section. Please like this video if you actually like it, so I know to do more videos like this. This took a lot from me actually, because I've been wanting to do this, but then I just don't have like a lot of coherent thoughts to be able to speak confidently in front of a camera. But you know, I just did it afraid anyways. So this is your sign to do whatever it is you've been wanting to do. Just do it anyways. Like, the worst that will happen is that nobody's going to watch this video and it's just going to be there. The best thing that will happen is that people will watch it and it will resonate with them and they will have something to say, or to spark up a conversation in the community. It's like I'm not losing, so this, which is why I did it anyway. So if there's anything you've been holding back from, just do it. The worst that can happen, like, just think about the worst case scenario. Scenario, that sounds wrong in my mind. Just think about the worst case outcome, and if nobody's going to get harmed in the worst case outcome, then just do it. Just go for it. 2024, we're still standing on business, and I'm glad that my leg hasn't started paining me. So yeah, thank you so much. If you watch this video to the end, you're the real MVP. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram, clear_skin_almost, where I show up every day there. That is like my safe space. I like Instagram. It is very, I have a lovely community there. People that hype me up. I just really love Instagram. It's a very wholesome place. I'm also on TikTok. I'm not sure about. I think TikTok thrives on controversies and virality, and those are not my strong suits. I'm not trying to go viral. Last time I went viral was engagement on TikTok, and it did not do anything for me, so I don't really want to go viral. So TikTok is very iffy for me, but I'm still showing up there. I'm still trying my best there to utilize the platform as much as I can. I'm also like in a weird place where I'm trying to figure out what I'm creating content for. Why am I creating content? I started creating content on Instagram to document my skincare journey, and it was such a wholesome experience because my skin was really, really bad when I started, and my skin is where it is now, and there are people that were like on the front row seeing this progress, and it was just so beautiful to see and encouraging to see. And that was why I started creating content, because of skincare. I wanted to stay consistent, and staying consistent, in the quest for consistency, I started posting my journey because there's more accountability when you put your journey out in the world, and it really helped me to stay consistent, to learn more about skincare, and just to see other people's journey and be encouraged and learn from it. Like, it is such a wholesome community, and that is why I started sharing content on Instagram. On TikTok, it just made sense to repurpose content from Instagram to TikTok, and I also felt that TikTok was a raw version of yourself without like the glitz and glam that comes with Instagram. But I don't think it is that anymore. I think TikTok is all about catching people at the first instance, going viral, and it's just a bit too much for me. I love being on TikTok and watching other people's content. I've not just found my place on TikTok, so to say. I started a new TikTok account. I'm going to put it in the description box below, because I feel like my old account, number one, my followers grew because of my engagement proposal video, and I felt like people expected relationship content that do very well on TikTok, anything that has to do with me and CP. And I'm not just on that. I'm not a relationship. I'm not going to like doing relationship content doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. And I also married somebody that never in a million years he's not going to be on that, so it's not going to happen. So I'm just trying to find my footing on TikTok and just how to show up there. YouTube, on the other hand, I feel like long form content is still very good. Like on Instagram, you share tits and bits, but there's still juice. There's still so much sauce and juice to be shared. And I feel like Instagram doesn't just have that, doesn't present that opportunity to just flesh up whatever it is that you're sharing. So my aim in YouTube, number one, is to share like a fully fleshed version of whatever it is I normally share on Instagram, which is sharing my skincare journey. Even though now I'm starting at a point where my skin is a lot better, but there's still so much work ahead to be done. So I feel like I want to start from there and start sharing on, so that it will help one or two people now or in the future. And I also feel like I have like a lot of thoughts, so this is sort of like a video journal for me. Which another thing, I really want to start journaling, because I heard something profound about journaling that has been really it has been shaking me to also journal and figure out my feelings. Like, yeah, just learning about myself and my emotions. I think it just helps your mental state. And hopefully I'm going to start this year. I don't know when. I'm not putting so much pressure on myself, but I hope to start this year. So this is sort of, YouTube is sort of going to be like a place where I just share things that are on my mind, share some parts of my life. Like, it's so funny because I started this rant by saying I don't know why I create content anymore, but the process of talking about it, and I have this scattered thought in my head, and I really don't have anybody to speak to them, to speak those thoughts to, and just talking about it on camera is just giving me like a lot of clarity of, actually, I know I'm not just doing this for doing sake. I'm not just doing it because it's the in thing. I actually know why I'm doing it in my head, but it gets muddled up, and just speaking about it is giving me so much clarity. And yeah, I really, really like that. I just had like a rema in between my rants, and I really like that. So yes, that is it. Something about me, once I start talking, it's very difficult for me to stop. And once I don't talk, to get me to talk is also work. Just an extreme individual. Anyways, thank you so much again for watching this. Please subscribe, like, and comment. If you can share as well. Thank you, and see you in another video. Bye.